Report for Champions Cup versus Albion San Diego. It looks like their shape's going to be a 4-3-3. They're not much of a possession-based team, very direct. Look to play to their front line and create scoring opportunities that way. For us, when we have the ball, it's going to be important to switch the point of attack as much as we can. They do leave the wide areas really open. So continuing to build on your momentum and how you've been playing and moving the ball quickly and playing the way you face, those types of things will be really important. When we're defending them, we can press them, we can create mistakes. If they look to play out wide, force them to the sideline. But overall, just make sure that we're ready to play. Um, this is them in their attack. They're in white, and they're playing against SC Del Sol. So important, just recognizing how they're looking to play into the forwards and then play forward right away. They could have played out wide initially, but they're looking to play forward and then let the forwards create things. So there's a center forward and then two wingers. The center forward is probably the faster player. That this player right here, um, and then that winger. So you can see just a little up back through in terms of trying to attack. So just recognize that that could be a way in which they play. Play into the forward and then in behind. Um, Again, not going to be they're not going to be slow in their tempo. Even when their goalkeeper gets the ball, she's going to punt right away. If they do try and build out, it's fairly predictable, as you'll see here. Once they play to this player here, as long as our outside backs are coming up and our wide midfielders are coming up, sorry, our second forward and our 10 are all coming up, it's pretty predictable how they're looking to play, and we can win the ball and then transition quickly. Ball gets rolled out, players go to press the player, and as long as we're up on them, we should be able to win the ball. Next piece of that is just going to be able to secure it and make sure we get to the goal by playing a quick pass to our teammate. Again, third, fourth time that they've done this, just putting themselves under a little bit of pressure. So here, recognize the goalkeeper's going to play quickly out, and then you can see Del Sol again, same kind of scenario. Their goalkeeper hitting a long ball doesn't get really far, so just recognize we're going to press them. So let's make sure that we have our two forwards right here and right here whenever they have an opportunity to go short. And here's her punt, just under the half line, so decent for her age level. Attempt to play long. She actually hits her own player in the head, which again, it is funny, but you can rewind and look at it. It is funny, but I mean, I'm obviously hope she wasn't hurt, but her kicks are not going to go far enough, so we have to stay alert and be ready. This is one of their better sequences of passing, just little pass back, but they're not really sure what to do with it at that stage. So it's important for us to really press them and force them to play it long to us. And then when we get on the ball, we get into a nice big shape. So when I was telling you about the transition to attack moments when we gain possession, the wide areas are the places that we probably should be going to. So once they get the ball here, look at all of this space that's wide open over here. And that's not to say that this is a bad ball. I mean, both sides, the wide area is very open to transition to attack. So just remember that situation as we gain possession of the ball. Where are areas that we can attack, and down the line or out wide are the places that we definitely want to play to. Position moment here. So now they lose the ball. So now if this is us, we can play it anywhere we want in this scenario, and that's going to be important for us. So that's the type of transition to attack that we need. How they're pressing, it's really just it's a 4-3-3, but they're looking to jump the next pass. And this we talked about during the Alexandria tournament. Make sure that center backs, you recognize that these half spaces right here are wide open. So if I just rewind that, as she gets the ball here, you can see this is all of their defenders are here. So the best pass for us is right into this area right here where we can now turn and then look to attack. Doesn't work out for her, but that's the idea. You see they're a little higher up. And again, the half space right here is an area that we can definitely come in off the shape and get on the ball. Even though they're being pressed here, this area right here is also an area that we can find a lot of success. So forwards got to be ready for it in the event Naomi or Jaya or Ella, Emmy, Bella, any of the outside backs, Avery, need to clear the danger, make sure that you're in those spots to be able to help. So now there's a loss of possession. That's them pressing it again, so they're able to create something quickly because of the numbers that they have. So important for us to get that ball into these half spaces earlier, into these areas earlier, so we're not dealing with a bunch of players pressing us all the time. So again, can you find the ball here? And then what's the next step? Can you play into that next layer? And that's what they should have done on the last play and why we're watching it, because we recognize until they solve us playing through that line or into those spaces, we should keep doing it. And then when they drop back, that should give us a little bit more time. Now we're just looking at their defensive shape. You can see that they have a lot of numbers inside and around the 18. So where's the open space? The open space is here, 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 down this side here. And, for us, we just want to recognize where that space is so that we can attack and get right to it. And again, even though I'm saying that, that they're still able to score a goal from this scenario because the ball goes out wide. The ball is not in the middle. The ball is out wide, and they're able to create and score a goal that goes over the goalkeeper's head. So, just recognize what their defensive shape looks like. This is every player on the field except for one of their players. So it's important for us to recognize, where's the open space instead of giving up the ball, and then now they're having to get back on a transition or on a counterattack. And like they get it back, but at the end of the day, they could have just passed it out wide right away. And that's good from their goalkeeper breaking the line, breaking the press, just by rolling it out to a player. Wide areas. Once you get the ball into this space, now you have the wide areas to attack, which are left wide open. And again, that should create some really good opportunities for us to score some goals. Look at the restarts here. Short corners could work if we need to. Obviously, we have several players that can strike a ball, that can get the ball into the mix. Nothing wrong with that either. But certainly, as we get if we advance in Champions League, in Champions Cup, it'll be important for us to recognize, that we have to change it up sometimes if the opponent is really good in the air. This is them defending a kick that goes over. So again, recognize that the ball could go over their line. You can see what their setup looks like. Now this player's here, so this could be a 2v1 against that player, but you can see where all their players are, and we just need to deliver the ball and create that goal scoring opportunity. This is their corner, so let me rewind just a bit. So you can see they have a lot of numbers inside this area, so it'll be very important that we stay marked. Ball doesn't quite get into the area, but that second chance there is something we have to be aware of, not to allow them to have free services into the 18. Just outside, everybody's just outside, inside the 6, and a couple players on outside the 18. Whenever we're giving them that opportunity, it's super important for us to be ready. Corner from here, from this side here. guys can take a look at these, and that's a goal scoring opportunity, or that's a goal scored for them on a corner. So just recognize that. So that's just a free kick right here from this area. I know it's difficult for you guys to see, so or it's difficult for me to see. So I just want to make sure that you guys see it. And it's just a ball into the back post. So again, scouting reports. It's a guide for you guys just to get an idea of how the opponent's going to play, what type of shape they're going to play. You know, a chance to watch them play before you actually compete against them. We know you guys are going to do great. So get in touch with any questions, and we'll see you guys soon.